Hi, I am Maybe Cosplay, and I just wanted to go over and show all the detail work I did put into my first cosplay. First, I did Sailor Pluto from Sailor Moon. It seemed like a really easy first step. There weren't a lot of crazy things I had to do, and most of what I did was pretty simple, straightforward, follow the pattern. I started out with a plain white leotard. I bought it. She doesn't have sleeves, so a tank top worked just fine. This is one I didn't end up using, so I didn't do anything to it. Pretty pearly white. The one I used did not say pearly white. It got washed with the Pluto skirt, and it's kind of blue. I'll show you right now. This is what became of the Pluto leotard. You'll see I put a snap. I put 3 snaps in it. I'll just hold it up against myself. It'll look real great. I put 1 snap in the back here to hold the back of the skirt in place, and then I put 1 at each hip. It does look like it's riding really low, but it had to if I wanted to cover my butt at all, and I really wanted to cover my butt. I'm a teacher, so there's things I really can't show. But that was pretty easy. I just sewed on a couple of snaps. When I go to compete with this in January, I'm going to redo all of this. I'm actually going to make my own leotard. I'm going to use this, or probably the other one, as a pattern. And just add a seam allowance to it. The other part of the leotard is the top part that kind of goes over because their leotards are 2-layered. I made that out of a white stretch knit. It's double layered, as you can see right here with that seam. I don't know how well that'll show. I actually did not use this for the con. You can tell where I had to flip it. I actually did not end up using this for the convention because it was too big and I didn't attach it. So I didn't want to fight with it the whole time. Yeah, I probably should have made one a little smaller, but I made them too big. Yeah, just simple, plain, white, knit, followed the pattern. It was easy. Had to make 2 because I did make a Sailor Neptune as well, but I didn't get her finished in time, so she didn't manage to make Subasika. She might make OhioCon in January, or at the latest she'll make ColossaCon in June. The other thing, I did have to make the hip rolls, and I'm going to talk about that next. We're still talking about the white fabric. This is the hip roll I made for Neptune that didn't quite get finished. Instead of stuffing it with pillow stuffing, what I found worked better is I bought some cheap white fleece. Really cheap, like $3 a yard. Not expensive. I bought 3 yards and I still have a ton left over. I won't have to buy any to redo it. And then I ended up buying, yeah, they're blue. They got put in with the skirt too. I ended up buying cheaper gloves because I'm 6'2", my hands aren't petite. The satiny gloves never fit me, so I ended up buying these cheaper ones. What I did do here, I put snaps, just like I did with the leotard. My mom actually helped me. So 2 snaps on the outside of the gloves. On the outside because there are glove rolls. So, yeah, we ran out of white thread. The glove rolls, these are the Neptune glove rolls that didn't quite get finished. These are stuff with that fleece too, just to show you guys the inside. Really simple. I'll post a link in the bottom to where I found. Basically, I measured around my arm, and I think it measured 11 inches. I cut this 14 inches, and then you have to cut it. It was 14 by, supposed to be by 7. I did by 9 because I kind of suck, and I can never guarantee where my seams are going to be. Plus, it gave me that little bit extra, and I can sew that onto the glove, in theory. Basically what you do from this stage here you sew the ends together, and then voila, you have a glove roll, which is not connected in mine. What we did with these is we sewed snaps onto the inside. So you put the glove on, then you put the sleeve roll on, and then snap, snap, you're done. That also means that you could use the same gloves for multiple scalps. Oh, I forgot the shoulder rolls because Pluto doesn't have shoulder rolls, but Neptune does. I did end up making shoulder rolls that I did not use. I had a pattern. I'll link the pattern too. These aren't stuffed, but they're sewn. Ran out of white thread, like I showed on the other thing. The pink stitch lines are not real obvious, that's why I used pink. These are the shoulder rolls. Basically, all I had left to do was to stuff them and then sew this on both sides. And then sew it together, sew it on the top, and that would have been a sleeve roll, but I didn't need a sleeve roll. Part of the reason Pluto got done and not Neptune. I was so tired of stuffing things. Then it comes to the skirts. The skirts are really, really short. I was not happy with the length of the skirt. See this? Do you see how short this is? See that? Really super short. I did double layer this because otherwise it was going to be see-through. I tested it, it was see-through. So this is, basically I just double cut everything. As you can see, this is 2 layers on both sides. And this is just the seam for the skirt, but front and back are 2 layers. Probably a better way to do that, but I'm very, very, very much a beginner. Very, very, very much a beginner. Neptune skirt did get finished. I love this color. I'm going to add at least 5 inches to the skirts for OhioCon. This is the Pluto skirt. I did manage to finish. I actually sewed the hip roll onto it. I managed that. And here are the snaps. They're inside on the hip roll. 1, 2, 3. Again, we ran out of white. Didn't really matter. You know, that's pink. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. I don't know if it's good enough. So basically I just very, very, very carefully used my machine. It took forever. I will say on the back of this there is an additional snap, and that's where I snapped the butt bow on. So there's a snap on both sides, one side attached to the leotard, the other side attached to the butt bow. I had a bunch of snaps. Oh, and this front part here, I snapped it together instead of sewing it together because it was the night before she was supposed to be sewn and I didn't have a heck of a lot of time. Lots of things I'm gonna do to change it, but with this, yeah, you can tell here. Like, that's the rolls and everything, you know, like that's the skirt. They're supposed to be that long according to the pattern. I didn't like it. That was probably what made me uncomfortable, is the skirt length. That is probably something I will redo. I also did, because they have a cape, that little cape that goes over, what I did, I doubled it as well. Like I said earlier, all of this fabric was see-through. Every single bit of this fabric was see-through with a single layer. Everything was double layered because I really didn't want to show extra. I was already showing enough. This was my little cape. And it's double layered as well. As you can, I don't know if you can see that seam. What I did here, instead of sewing it on, was I did snaps. So basically all I had to do when I went to put it on, throw it over my shoulders, snap it together, pin it in place, and I was good. Made it much easier to go to the bathroom. I didn't have to move it at all. Whenever, you know, it just got a little tangled in the wig. the wig was really long. The wig was waist length, olive green. I got it on Arta Wigs. It's called the Venus wig. I do not have it with me. My sister is in love with wigs, so she kind of houses my wigs, and I'm like, okay, if you want to wear them throughout the year, you're good. This was the one for Neptune. I did do it. It has snaps too, but again, Neptune didn't make an appearance because I ran out of time. I washed all this after the con, and the bows didn't come out right. They didn't handle the washing machine very well. They're kind of sad little things. What I will do is I will find the link for the bows. I'll do a video tutorial on making the bows, because these just, it's 3 pieces. Maybe that's not a good choice. Here's the snap. This was the butt bow. That was the snap to hook it to the skirt. It just went on the inside and then it snapped in place. It was really, really heavy. I don't recommend using snaps for these because they are really, really heavy. I recommend, I don't even know how to recommend, maybe sewing them in place. More than one snap? Something. To be determined. That's about as good as I can make it look. There's interfacing on the inside. I really like this red fabric. I still have more. I can remake the bows with this red fabric. I used a light interfacing because I couldn't find anything heavier. I prefer the heavier interfacing because these look kind of dull. I do not have interfacing in this little knot here, but on the back of the knot, like I showed earlier, is the snap. One thing I would like to point out is that I have this, a little spot here, kind of tacked in place so that they don't move. They kind of stay sort of what I want them to stay, but these have gone through the washing machine, so they don't look great anymore. In case I didn't mention it, I did just safety pin the front bow onto the cape. My words are escaping me. Great. I think I only have a couple more things to show. The first thing I would like to show is the gem that went on the bow, the front bow. Honestly, I found, it was plain white. I probably found it at Michael's, maybe. It's either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. It was white. I just found a really pretty nail polish. Went to town. To attach it to the bow on the back, I have a little clip. I'm not sure how well that's gonna appear in the video. I got these little clips at Walmart. They were a couple of dollars for a pack of like 30. I only need a couple of them. What you do is you peel this little sticky, little piece of plastic, you peel that off, and that's sticky underneath that. And then all I did was just stick that to the back of the gem, pin this on the front of the bow. A lot of pinning. Honestly, I don't think I recommend that. Not just one, maybe 4. I'd probably put more because it was really heavy and it kept drooping. My tiara was kind of bad too. But I did the same thing. This was just a plain ordinary gem that I found in a pack of like 15. I just used that same nail polish. What I did, instead of gluing it on, I put it under this. I put it under a headband that you would wear to like wash your face or do your makeup. It just got tucked underneath and the wig got put on top. It moved a lot. That needs to be rethought. I think the only piece left that I did not show yet is the choker. I kind of did the choker last minute. This is just this is just double bias tape, and I just put some stitching in there so it would stay. I did not put snaps on this. I didn't think about it until it was too late. Basically what I did, I put it on, I tied it in the back, and the knot was covered by the wig. The problem that I found with the knot was that it allowed this to move. So it kept coming up and down, and I kept having to readjust it. It was really difficult with a waist length wig. I recommend rethinking that. I do believe that's about everything I have to say. I did not have the jewelry. I did not have the staff. I did not have the belt that Sailor Pluto wears in crystal. So basically what I had a store-bought leotard, which I was going to put a second layer on and didn't because it didn't quite work right. I had a tiara and a choker that I made in like 10 seconds. Oh, the gold was spray paint. I didn't say that. It was spray painted. I had the 2 gems, one for the tiara, one for the bow. I had the 2 bows. I had a pair of tall black boots, which I bought at the Avenue, which is a plus size store because I'm over 6 feet tall. I wear a size 12 in shoes, and I didn't want to spend $500 on shoes I wouldn't wear any other time. I didn't want stripper boots. I needed to try them on first. I tried these on, I fell in love with them. I wear them all the time to teach. I have probably worn them 15 times. $80 well spent. Other than that, I really can't think of anything else I bought. I will go over the different materials I use when I do videos showing me remaking these things. Once again, this was a first try. There were problems with it. I found that out the hard way. I did have a lot of fun. I had a lot more fun than I thought I was gonna have. Really, I thought I was gonna be bored out of my mind. Initially, I did this because my best friend is into it, my sister is into it, but I was like thinking, I'm not gonna have fun with this. I did it to learn how to sew. But in the end, I really had a lot of fun. I look forward to making the belt and attempting the staff, and I really, really, really look forward to a longer skirt. My only real complaint was that the skirt was so short and it hung so low. I have a lot of pictures of me in the outfit. I think I have like 5 or 6. I have more headshots than I have body shots, but it's because I was uncomfortable with how short the skirt was, with how little material was in there. Anyway, I'm going to, in this video here, I am going to make sure to include links to the pattern I used for the glove rolls, that, you know, the black rolls that went on the gloves. I'm going to include a link to the wig I used. I'm going to include a link to the Facebook page I'm using for this cosplay persona, and I'm going to make sure I have a link to probably the leotards and definitely the bow tutorials, and probably a link to the pattern because I used a pattern. It was way too difficult for my skill level. Again, I'm a beginner. So, this is Maybe Cosplay, and I'm out.